I think a lot of that might have to do with Trevor Immelman telling these guys, look at these numbers. You guys have just as many wins as these guys. You know what you're doing.
Sure, I could have done this video yesterday, done no research, pumped out some PGA Tour narrative-driven fluff piece, but then I'd be the golf channel. In this episode of Big Boy Pants Golf, we analyze those charged with the unenviable task of trying to make it seem like the President's Cup should be watched because somehow it's going to be competitive. This episode of Fairways of Life with Matt Adams is titled, Don't Count the International Team Out, President's Cup Stats Show Close Matchup. This title intrigued me because, according to my prior research, the lowest ranked PGA Tour player on the US team was pretty much equal to Corey Connors on the international team in terms of official World Golf Ranking points. So I wanted to see what stats were Matt Adams and his information guy using to come up with this, at least to me, preposterous idea that we were going to have close matches.
Davis Love III is the captain of the United States team. Trevor Immelman, of course, is the captain of the international side. There are 8 rookies on the international team.
This is just some basic math, but if there are 8 rookies on the international team and there are only 12 players, that means 2/3 of the international team are rookies and have no experience in the President's Cup. But wait, there are a lot of rookies on the US team too. 4 of the 6 captains' picks will be making their President's Cup debut. Homa, Horschel, Morikawa, Young. Cameron Young, rookie, 18th in the world.
Sam Burns,
rookie, 12th in the world.
Max Homa,
rookie, 16th in the world.
Billy Horschel,
15th, loudmouth rookie.
Colin Morikawa,
9th in the world. Colin does have Ryder Cup experience. Colin debuted strongly at the 2021 Ryder Cup.
Scotty
Scheffler, world number 1, played in the Ryder Cup, but has no President's Cup experience. So you've got 8 international team rookies playing against a few rookies on the US team side, but those rookies are all within top 15 of the world, and some of them have Ryder Cup experience. So not really true rookies. Here we can see that the Team USA scoring average is 69.42.
Okay, let that settle in for a second. The international team has a better scoring average on the PGA Tour than the PGA Tour.
What Matt Adams means to say is that the international team scoring average, and this is their top players, is lower than the PGA Tour actual scoring average. But it doesn't mean it's better than the Team USA scoring average. I also wonder how significant scoring average really is, considering that Shane Lowry is 9th on the PGA Tour stroke average list and 5th on the DP World Tour stroke average list, yet he's only 20th in the world in official World Golf Ranking points.
Team USA has a combined 101 professional wins. This is a stat that I find amazing.
And I find it amazing that Matt Adams and his data guy are going here.
The international team has a combined 100 professional wins. And again, that's regardless of source. That's just all wins by each player.
Ah, yes, a win is a win. It doesn't matter on what AA or AAA ball league that you're golfing on. It still counts if you're trying to really cherry pick data to create some narrative that no one's going to buy.
Let's take a look, first of all, at the international team. And Dom, jump in here whenever you want to.
Yeah, Dom. Jump in here and explain all these numbers you've come up with.
With these stats that you pulled together, because I think they are pretty amazing. Hideki Matsuyama tied for 5th at the 2017 PGA event here at Quail Hollow.
Hideki and Adam Scott are the only 2 international team members who've won a major. Both have won the Masters.
69.49. He's number 1 on tour in approach from 125 to 150 at 19 feet 1 inch.
Unfortunately, the President's Cup isn't a competition of 125 to 150 yard shots. Otherwise, they would win. If it was just you take your best guy against our best guy from 125 to 150 yards. Really reaching right now to try to make it seem like these guys have a shot.
This is his 5th President's Cup. He's played in more President's Cup than any Team USA member.
Hideki's overall record is 4-6-3. Not exactly stunning.
He has 17 professional wins under his belt, and obviously he's a major champion too.
This is also some easy math. Hideki Matsuyama has 17 wins, and that is 17 of the 100 the international team has. Therefore, Hideki has 17% of the international team's wins.
Sunjae Im, 69.22 with 5 professional wins, scoring average. Tom Kim, 69.75 with 10 professional wins, as young as he is.
So now we're going to keep focusing on the scoring average and the win number you have. Let's look into Tom Kim's 10 wins, because this dude is only 20 years old and just won his first PGA Tour win. So I'm wondering what the other 9 were. So besides winning the Wyndham Championship on the PGA Tour, Tom Kim's other 9 victories are, as a 17-year-old, he secured 3 victories on the Asian Development Tour in 2019, and this earned him playing rights on the Asian Tour. So Dom, stats guy, counted these 3 victories. He also has international victories, 6 of them. The 2019 PGM ADT Championship, the 2019 Suputra Golfpreneur Tournament, the 2019 Raya Pakistan Open, the 2019 Panasonic Open India, the 2020 KPGA Gunsan CC Open, and the 2022 Singapore International. I don't know, are we going to count those 3 on the Asian Development Tour? I mean, now you're seeing how much Dom, the stat guy, is reaching to find wins to beef up the credentials of the international team. I'm not going to do this for the rest of the players, but we already see this flawed methodology, don't we?
Corey Connors is 69.70, second on the PGA Tour in greens and regulation at almost 72%, 71.9 if you please.
Very interesting percentage, Matt Adams. Now I wonder why Corey Connors isn't winning more. It couldn't be his short game averages that you haven't given out. His putts per round, he ranks 185th. 29.74 putts per round. Putting average, he's 155th. Sand save percentage, he only gets it up and down from the sand 45.61% of the time. That gives him a rank of 148. Scrambling, he only gets it up and down 59.09% of the time, giving him a rank of 107. Remember, folks at home, 100 yards and in, that's like 70 or 80% of the game.
He is a winner as well. Adam Scott, 70.08 scoring average. It's his 10th President's Cup.
In his 10 President's Cups, Adam Scott has compiled the record of 16, 22, and 6.
He has 31 professional wins.
So Adam Scott has 31 professional wins. Hideki Matsuyama has 17. And Tom Kim, because they include those 3 wins on the Asian Development Tour, has 10 wins. The math is 31 plus 10 is 41 plus 17 is 58. Those 3 guys with those, definitely some of them are questionable wins, already account for pretty much 60% of the international team's combined 100 wins.
Mito Pereira, 69.91 with 10 professional wins. He was a captain's pick.
Matt Adams proceeds to go through the remaining golfers' scoring average and their strengths. Whether it be, for example, in Taylor Pendrith's case, the fact that he hits it 316 yards. But this is a lot like pointing out, hey, look at that super hot chick. And you know something's off because she's single. And it's always because she's insane. So he's only giving out their strong points, but doesn't give a true full picture of these players because he never mentions their weaknesses. He's trying to hype them up, and it's easily see-throughable. You know who isn't believing the hype? Are the odds makers. Here are the odds for the 2022 President's Cup Dom, the stat guy, hops in with a news flash.
Because
Go ahead,
I didn't
Ted.
have an agenda with this,
Yes, people without an agenda typically say they didn't have an agenda.
right? There wasn't an agenda.
You can see Matt Adams just staring blankly off into space, wondering how his career is ending up like this.
I went into this thinking, okay,
Okay, I need to do the PGA Tour and Golf Channel's bidding and find out a way to make it seem like the international team has a chance.
everyone says, and on paper, they say on paper, the U.S. is going to crush them. So I set out thinking, all right, well, let me look at some numbers
And ignore other numbers.
and see is it really that big of a difference on paper?
It is that big of a difference on paper if you don't cherry pick your data.
I was expecting to see a pretty big difference on paper. I was expecting to see, a huge gap in win numbers.
Again, I just scratched the surface with this one, but you did count 3 wins for Tom Kim that came on the Asian Development Tour before he even made it to the Asian Tour. In relation to Tom Kim winning the Siputra Golfpreneur tournament, he won $19,250 for first place. That should put into perspective the significance of that tournament.
A huge gap in scoring average. Some of the statistics that you just read through just for the international team, I was expecting to see a huge disparity.
But you didn't because you kept your head in the sand and looked away at any of the statistics that didn't prove the narrative that you're trying to push.
I accidentally was absolutely surprised by what I found.
Rewind that bit and look at Matt Adams. Look into his eyes and see him regretting his integrity leaving his body.
Professional wins for the international team are coming on the Sunshine Tour. They're coming on the Japan Tour and in the Korean Tour. These are not PGA Tour winners necessarily.
Cool, fess up to that for a second. But don't mention the extent to how insignificant a lot of these tournaments are. 3 for the Asian Development Tour Series. That Siputra tournament, the number 1 prize was $19,500. Come on now.
But they know how to win. I mean, Tom Kim has a huge pile of wins.
Tom Kim has a huge pile of wins, huh? Dom, the stat guy, you're horrible at this. You need someone over there to put on their big boy pants and stop trying to mislead people with these cherry-picked stats and data. I'm willing to give you guys 5-1 odds that the U.S. team wins. If you think this is a competitive match, then it's time to put your money where your mouth is.